Friends, this is a very exciting Solveres meeting. It is November 1st, and it is the beginning of a lot of new partnerships that I'm excited to hear more about. You got to hear about these things a few times sometimes, and Keith Aichele is a friend of mine that I've had for 10, 12 years. I've seen him speak on stages all over the country. Lots and lots of big name folks that you would know that he has shared the stage with. And I've just seen him do some incredible things. And about a year ago, Keith and a partner of his sat in on our charitable real estate masterclass. And he said he had something happening with a nonprofit he was creating, but he hadn't quite put the pieces together. And so I just let that go. And here it is a year later, and he reached out, and we have been strategizing in the background about how to bring more money to nonprofits, how to help more people in real estate, and how to help his group, my group, and now our group actually be able to benefit from layers and levels of compensation. So here we are now partnering with Solveres to bring even more ways for nonprofits to receive funding from real estate, even when it's not being donated. So Keith has a lot of great information. I just want the people from The Rock that are here tonight, I want you to know that the reason you're here is because I care about you. I care about the nonprofits that we're wanting to help. I know that charitable real estate has been a big conversation, and that when we add other facets, other ways that we can help these folks, the tide is just going to raise all ships. So with that being said, Keith, I'm just going to hand it on over to you and give you the full 30 minutes to wow and amaze us with what you've got going on.
All right, thanks for setting the bar nice and low there. Hey everyone, great to meet you all. The good news is I'm not worried about that. I think truly you guys are going to walk out of here feeling that you're so glad you made it tonight. That's my goal and objective, and be excited to want to learn more. And I first want to open up and thank Cammie as always for if you've had a chance to know Cammie or meet with her at all, she knows how to make great connections. She sees how things can piece together, and she put me on asked me if I could spend a day out of my schedule to just put me in with people. I didn't even know what the schedule was, and I had enough trust and faith in Cammie to say, I'll block my day. You just tell me when to show up and where, and I'll be there. And for those that who, as you get to know me, I don't even let people call me. I don't answer phone calls. That's kind of how my schedule works, how I run multiple companies and everything else. But I literally said, if Cammie said it's going to be worthwhile, it's worthwhile. So if you don't know Cammie yet, you'll begin to realize that's the type of connector she is. And I also want to thank, now before I jump in a little bit more, I want to thank Mark Solveres and the entire team. Micah, I see you on. I don't know if anyone else is on. I see there's a million faces out there. But I met on Tuesday, and Mark instantly said, I have a plan. In 2 days, I'm going to have a proposal back. I know how this can fit into what we're doing. And sure enough, he delivered. He's like, can we get on a call? I want you to meet the board. So we met all the board. Then we spent some time, Micah and Mark and I, and faster than you guys know, Mark threw this, threw some amazing things together, saw the connection, and we've played with it. And I'm just so excited to share what we've put together for you. This is 100% about you guys and the impact that you can make on so many levels. And that's really what this is. So I'm gonna share now and kind of walk through a little bit real quick, tell you what we've put in store for you guys, how together we all can make major social impact, but also help you guys personally. I truly believe, I'm a big man of faith, and I do believe that we cannot help others if we can't be on our own financial stability, right? You have to. It's like in the airplane, you have to put your mask on first. So it's not about making money or not, it's about what you do with it when you make it as well, and doing good. And whether your goal is just to make money or your goal is to do good, either way, you're going to be excited by what we're about to share. Sound good? Everyone all right? Give me a high five, or chat box, put a 5 into there. Let me know all's good. All right. I work outside, by the way, so yes, that's the real background. This is not a little thing. I think, Mark, you see me mostly with the background version of this, but no, I'm actually outside. So if it gets a little noisy, I apologize. It's what I love about life is working. This is why you guys are part of Solveres to begin with, right? To create freedom, to work where you want, when you want, and to add to get to that freedom lifestyle. And that's kind of what this is going to help do, but we're going to talk about impact. So with that said, let me share my screen really quick, make sure you all can see it. All right, so what did we bring together for you guys? Why are we here tonight? I'm going to give you a quick high level, top level, what's in it for you. Then I'm going to talk real quick, give you a background on myself so you know where all this comes from. And then I'm going to share just a couple more pieces about how this goes into social impact. Is that cool? Everyone all right with that? Good plan? Okay. So the new solution brought to you in partnership here with Solveres and NextGen REI. This solution will enable you to create passive generational wealth. How many guys like the sound of that right there? That's why it's bolded. You guys okay with that? Passive generational wealth. While helping veterans and underprivileged young adults, including and not limited to those aging out of foster care, along with other communities in need like victims of domestic violence and trafficking, financial loss, etc. I'm going to pause right there. Because that's, in my opinion, that's all that really matters, right? If we can actually help other people, serve other people, and you guys can actually win at the same time, does that sound like a pretty good win? I hope so. And I'm gonna take this to several levels with you guys. Now, some of you might say that I talk fast. I like to say that you all listen slow. So if you do need me to go back and repeat something or whatever, just let me know. Ask a question in the chat box. I've got it open. I'll do my best to keep my eye on it here. If not, we'll circle back around to it. But here's the deal, guys. This is going to be game changing for you, and it's not just social. This is going to be on just the social side, but I want to put a heavy emphasis on the social. Okay, because that's my big mission in life. You move from a point of life from success to significance, right? And I hope everybody gets to that place where how you do something big. But let me explain more. Like, what does this mean? Because it doesn't end there. See, you're going to be able to build or expand your own real estate portfolio without using your capital or credit from any starting point. How many guys like the sound of that as well? The first part, hopefully on its own, sounded good, but I'm actually going to help you guys do this while making a difference. And you do not need to become a real estate investing expert. I want to put that out right now. This is not, hey, I'm going to become an expert. I'm going to go to weekend workshops. I'm going to do all these different things. This is such a simple system that we put together, and I'm going to take you through. We're going to go into have a whole different session about the details of this. Is that okay? I've only got 30 minutes. I'm down to what? I used 6 of them already. And I don't know if it was 30 from the start of the hour or 30 from when I started, Cami, but I looked at my clock and I got 26 from when you tell me go 30 minutes. But
excuse me, hey, take as long as you want, buddy.
all right. So, but here's the deal. What does all this look like and why? And that's what I want to take you through. So I'm going to take you through my background really quick. Then I'm going to show you how this pieces together and what's in store and what we put together. Cool? Real quick. Do my best to give you but I'm sharing these things because they're all related to how this comes together for something. I guarantee this is new, unique stuff that you've never learned, that you've never seen before, done in the marketplace. A lot of it I'm not going to be able to share with you now, but I think Bo's been in the space for a long time. I think I kind of blew him away with a few things that we did. Anyone that's seen us do some of our real estate stuff, you're going to see really quick that this is truly different and super cool because we can help people at the same time. Quick background so you know who you're kind of sitting with here. 20 years of innovation, marketing, and real estate. Basically, the short of that is I left corporate America back in 2000. I launched a real estate marketing company. So I leave corporate America with $10,000. That was it. 401k, cashed it out. That's what entrepreneurs do, right? They take risk. You put it all on the line. Now, I'll be honest with you, it was the hardest year of my life. I won't go through that story, but I learned how to live in mac and cheese and everything else. But I'm going to share quick to the outcomes because that's what's most relevant today. But it is good for you to know. I took my company to become #1 in 18 months. All right, I'm from Chicago. I just happened to now be living in Las Vegas. I still go back to Chicago once a month, but this is my retirement place. After traveling all around the country, this was our favorite place to be, so that's why we're here. But the reason I bring up #1 in 18 months is because I don't believe in playing small. Okay, and I'm not afraid to disrupt. All right, so we truly became #1 in 18 months. In fact, in March of 2003, the realtors sued me to try to shut me down. I got a cease and desist from the state of Illinois. You guys all know what cease and desist is, right? They said 2 weeks to close your business. And luckily, I had good partnerships, and we didn't do anything wrong. I actually won that battle, but I was the Uber to the taxi cab drivers. I was the Uber, and they couldn't figure out how to compete because they don't teach marketing in real estate school. Any realtors out there, raise your hand if you're in real estate at all. You guys ever get a license? There's nowhere in the test to become licensed. You have to learn how to market. It's funny. That's what people hire you for in real estate, to market their homes, but you don't get any marketing training, right? You learn the things like how many square feet in an acre. When was the last time you showed up at a home to sell a listing and they said, hey, here's my size of my lot. How many square feet is that? I'm just curious. Before I hire you, I got to make sure you understand this. No, they don't teach that stuff. So anyway, became number one in 18 months. I went on and continued to do real estate. I expanded and sold my entire suite of companies in 2005. I had a title company. I was doing mortgages, appraisals, and I sold it all off. And the reason I did that was I'm a bit older than I look. I've got 5 kids. My oldest is out of college, lives up in Wisconsin. And at that time, money was not an issue. I had created enough success, which is what you hope for when you put it all on the line, right? You know, at age 30, by the time I was 31, I had freedom of choice. And I made a choice that I don't want to make. I'm not worried about making any more money. I want time with my kids because that is our most precious asset, right, everyone? Time. How many of you guys are even here tonight for the idea that this, and you know that Solveres can help you free up more time and the ability of freedom of choice in your life? Is that why you're here to begin with? Absolutely. That's what it's about, and it can be done. I had a hard path to get there. I took a lot of risks to get there, and I gave up a lot to get there too. But I had ability to have a freedom of choice, and I decided I don't want any more money. I just want to enjoy time with my kids. I had 3 at the time. And so I took some time off, and then in 2009, if anyone have kids, I don't know if anyone else has kids, but you'll know this. If you do, and they're young, guess what? There'll come a time where they don't hang around with you much anymore because they're too busy. They got friends and everything else. So of course, being an entrepreneur, I got bored. I had to launch more things. So I launched Mosaic, which was a marketing company designed around strategy, training, and software. And I did that in 2009. And my impetus for that was people were coming up to me saying, Keith, how did you do this? How did you build so quickly? How did you build like this thing from by the way, I knew nothing about real estate at the time. When I launched into real estate, I knew nothing. I got to a place where I was doing about 36 homes a month on my own. I was making about $72,000 a month. And I'm not sharing this to impress you, but to impress upon you. I don't care where you guys start from. There are no limits to what you can do. There really aren't. If you have the right systems, and if you don't have them, you have to build them. The beautiful part about where you guys are sitting right now, you're all super smart. You're smarter than probably most entrepreneurs in America, and I'll tell you why. I'm going a little off track. I hope that's okay, but Mark said, take as much time as you want. I won't take all night, I promise. I'll try to stay in my window. But if you look at the failure rate, which has not changed in more than 60, 70, 80 years, the failure rate of businesses, anyone know what the rate is? How many fail within the first 3 to 5 years? 90+%. Why? Because they try to build it all from scratch, and it's hard. It's hard. It's so hard. When you attach yourself to people that have already done it before and then create and build it for you, which is what Mark and Micah and the team have done here at Solveres, you get to plug into all the hard work. You get to execute the systems that have already been done instead of going through the learning process, right? So anyway, so going back to this, so people would come to me and say, Keith, how did you do it? And so I wanted to do was try to share with people how to do it faster, how to do it better, how to get there, because I know that your traditional training does not take you there. The numbers, the proof is in the numbers. How many of those failing businesses have MBAs? Guys, I'm not picking on you, but MBA does not guarantee success as an entrepreneur or owning a business. If you guys doubt me, we could have a separate conversation sometime. It'd be awesome to hear your perspective. I'll just show you numbers and then I'm going to shut up and hear your opinion. But anyway, statistically speaking, there's so much to it. So we launched this company. I have a passion for education, a passion for training. And so I began to teach and train all around the country. In fact, in 2016, we did over 40 events nationwide and internationally. I've been asked to speak at some of the top universities in the world. I got asked to teach over at Berkeley. Just last year, I got asked to potentially partner on a potential entrepreneur launch pad at Yale. And so these are strategies that come from practice, right? Things you're not going to learn in MBA school. And so we began to do that. We traveled like crazy. And then here's what happened. I was at an event speaking one time, as Cammie mentioned. I've been fortunate to speak on some of the stages all around the country with some great speakers. Some of my favorite that I spoke with. I was at an event where I spoke at where the keynote was Richard Branson. And he was great, don't get me wrong, but you know what really impressed me was Ashton Kutcher. If anyone knows Ashton Kutcher, he's got over 150 businesses, and he was one of the first investors into Uber. But anyone know what he actually does? His main business is software to fight human trafficking. How cool is that? The government comes to him to say, how can we catch these people? They use his software to find the people that they can't track down. I believe heavily that our private sector has the ability to make impact, and he's proving it, right? That's what I want to challenge you guys to do with me. What if we together could make bigger impact in society? What if we could help homeless? What if we could help our veterans? What if we could help those facing domestic violence and trafficking and be profitable and build good incomes and do good all at the same time and even help nonprofits build? Who would be okay with that mission, right? So anyway, I was so inspired by Ashton's passion to give back and make true impact. And so one of the things that started me then was I was beginning to think that even with all the marketing training, 90% are still failing in business. They don't execute, even if I tell them the right things to do. Maybe sometime you guys can a success story for one of my students in my Mosaic world, in my masterminds. I coach people. Her name's Ellen Lind. You can look her up. She's got a new video she just posted. She just did a testimonial at my event. Cami got to see it. Everyone got to meet her in person. I helped her build a $10 million brand. Rachel and I did, my partner in business and life, from scratch. 2017 to right now, she's built a brand over $10 million from scratch. You can do it no matter where you're starting from if you follow the right people and take the right guidance. You guys get that? So important. I'm not supposed to educate here, but I got to say one thing. Write this down. No one's taking notes, so write this one down. When you stop learning, you stop earning. That's it. At the end of the day, the minute you stop learning, you stop earning. So I'm going to challenge you guys to be willing to learn some new things and test some new things, because it will change everything for you. So I did over 40 events. Then I was at this event speaking on the stage, and I was speaking with a real estate kind of guru, if you will. He's the first person ever on HGTV. And here's what happened. I was standing in back watching because I was up next. And I was speaking on my marketing side, and I still have been doing real estate in the background. I got to a place where I only did real estate for me. And I'm there doing that, and all of a sudden I realize he goes and he starts selling this bus tour for $50,000. Come learn how to invest in real estate. Half the room gets up and goes back to. Anyone ever been to a real estate investment seminar? Anyone ever been to one of those? Right? You know what I'm talking about. And the thing was this. I realized, I said, it's not that he doesn't know what he's doing. He absolutely is experienced. The challenge was this. Most people, almost everybody, cannot learn real estate investing in a matter of a weekend, a week, a month, a quarter, maybe even a year. It's so complex, not even a year. So my whole point on this was, I said, I want to do this differently. I said, I don't want to sell education. I want to sell results. So that became my epiphany to launch and then create a new company. And that's when, don't look at the expansion of my next gen real estate investing models. I started realizing this: if I really want to make impact and change people's lives, where's the biggest place I could change for most of America, not just entrepreneurs? It's in real estate. We all know real estate creates more millionaires than any other path, right? You all know that. So think about this. Most people in America, if they Google, you could go Google it, they know that, but most people get to retirement and can't survive, right? You guys know that as well, right? I'm not making that up. They get $1,500 is the average Social Security check. Where do you live in America on $1,500 comfortably? I don't know. Let me know, because you can't. So I said, what if I could show people how to actually begin to build their real estate portfolios, even if they didn't have capital, even if they didn't have credit, even if they couldn't understand advanced real estate concepts? So that was the impetus to take our next gen models and start expanding them. So that's what we did. So we started building out in 2018 this idea that we're going to step out of the core of the marketing, just let it run, because it runs passively for me. But we're going to build. So we did that. We started building that out, and then it expanded from there. And in 2020, we added a few more things. The Agile Group, which is a Reg A Plus company that we've launched through the SEC. And then a year ago, I got the most amazing statistics. Not amazing, they're actually shocking, not even amazing. Shocking was this, and this is when it changed even further for me. I was learning and expanding my own knowledge. Remember I said, when you stop learning, you stop earning? I like to learn everything. I paid $15,000 to become an expert in residential assisted living. I'm not doing anything in that space, but I pick up nuggets from it. I know why I don't want to be in that space, to be honest with you. I love what they do. I think it's a better experience, but I heard these two stats. The first was, our biggest homeless population today is made up of veterans. Over 40,000 veterans go without a place to sleep. My dad and my wife's dad were both veterans. and served. And I'm thinking, this is how we repay the people that gave up their freedom, that gave up, so we could have, I was able to spend all my time with my kids, right? I said, that's not right. How do we help them? And then the second stat hit me, and having 5 kids, this was the one that was like, oh, it's like, I can't even tell you. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. About 20% of those that age out of our foster care system will end up homeless. And 70% of those will end up incarcerated within 2 years. I see someone there in the center just nodding her head. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. I just learned this recently because we're now partnered with the Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth. And I learned this, that of those that end up homeless, by the way, most of them will end up selling their body for money within 48 hours. I should say, I think it's 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 within 48 hours will turn to trafficking. I'm like, this is crazy. We need to make a difference. So light bulbs went on. And I said, how do I use all my real estate experience and marketing experience and create something to help other people? And that's where we formed Beyond Living. So Beyond Living is actually a model where we actually started with us just taking our marketing company. We said, I want to create a company and I don't need all the profits. What if I just donate all the money from my marketing company and train? I've been training people. People pay me thousands of dollars to come for a weekend to learn marketing. What if I just took that knowledge and expertise and our software, because we own our own software, we'll just give it all and train people how to use it and give them jobs and give them homes to live in. And we just do a different model. This isn't a shelter. This is for the people that actually want change in their life. So that's what we did. So we launched Beyond Living. Now I'm going to pause there before I talk about what this means for you guys. How many guys are liking or resonating at all with anything I'm sharing? Does anybody resonate with any of this?
Hello.
Yes. So that's what we did. So we said, okay, let's go make a difference. Let's take our real estate strategies, because what people don't realize is real estate opportunity investing is out there everywhere. It's been there even while the booming was hot. We're still acquiring properties like crazy. We pick up 90% of our properties we're able to do without using capital or credit. Who likes the sound of that? 90% of my acquisitions come without ever having to buy them the traditional way. So we're showing people how to do that, but now we turn them into higher income producing assets. So that's my background. It takes me there, other than one last piece, and then I'll go into what this means for you and what we put together and what's coming that you're going to be able to benefit from and change not only your life, but the lives of others. One last piece that I'm excited to announce, because it's official as of yesterday. We now added another company. We just launched a whole thing called Next Gen Transport, where we actually launched a transportation company to start hiring people, as well as another way to create jobs for people. And we've already started putting people into that company, lining them up with jobs so we can scale this around the country. See, I realize this. I'm not launching companies to make more money. I launch companies now to create jobs, right? Like, that's a whole different way that's not how I did it when I was young. I'm not going to lie to you. I left corporate America to go make a bunch of money. And then I made a bunch of money and realized, man, I got money, but I got my family. You need a balance of time, right? So how do you create that time? So these strategies will help you build your own portfolio of real estate, so that when you hit retirement or sooner, depending on what you want to do with this, you can have more free time. Who's okay with that? To have more free time, have some passive income. But we're actually going to show other people how to create more freedom and have more passive. Part of my model, and the reason I created the Agile group, I knew that what's happening right now was going to come. People were going to be distressed with their homes, and I didn't want to see the foreclosure crisis of 2008 to 2012. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. People were just giving away their homes back to the bank, right? I walk into people, listen to this message. This is what I tell people that are about to be foreclosed. I say, I don't want you to foreclose on your home. What if I could help you keep your home, keep all your equity, not have to sell at 70 cents on the dollar, even make more than your home is worth over Zillow today? Would that be okay? Are you okay if I help you? Who likes to share that message? What if you could do that? What if you could say, and by the way, yes, I am going to make a little bit of money, but I'm also going to be able to have money to donate to more nonprofits. Who likes the sound of that too? Talk about win, win, win. Okay, so you guys are like, what is this guy talking about? Is he, what's he smoking out there in Vegas? No, this is all real, guys. We're doing this all the time. And I can't go into all the details, but I want to give you some highlights. I don't smoke at all, just to be clear. I don't even smoke cigarettes, not criticizing. It was just a joke. Okay, let me start first with how you guys earn, and let's talk about the impact. You guys are like, okay, this is great, but what does this mean for me? How do I make money from all of this? So you first need to know what we do. We turn homes into higher income producing assets, and we share the revenue with the owners. Now, how we do that, I'm not going to go into specifics here. We're going to have separate training on that. But we take a home that normally might be making $2,000, $2,500 a month. We turn it into $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. Now, just so you guys can sleep tonight thinking, not wondering like, what is all this about? I'll go into more details. Examples, 2 main areas, short-term rental and our shared housing model. That's it. Those 2 models right there. Either one of those models, we run these coast to coast. We'll take any home and increase its profit significantly. I need you to understand that so you can see now how is their money now to be able to play with, right? How can you give more money to an owner? How can you give money to a nonprofit? How can you give money, to be able to put people in these homes? So by doing that, we're able to create more revenue. And that benefits people in distressed situations and people that aren't distressed, to be honest with you. They're just investors that want to make even more than $200 or $300 a month. Why not make $1,000 a month? If they're, how should I say? I almost use the word. I don't want to get religious here, but if they are philanthropic people, they'll make more money and give more, right? If I help them make more money, they'll give it back into the community and society, right? That's. They might give it to their church. They might give it to buy more homes to help more people. I have investors that come to me today and say, I want to buy a home for your Beyond Living model, 1 every month. Just tell me where to buy. But everyone's in a different place in life. So first of all, we turn homes into higher and producing assets. Now, what you guys will do is use some simple tools that we've created to connect to the target audience, to learn about our models. No expertise by you are needed. You don't need to become an expert. All I want you to do, because I can't teach you all the ins and outs on a video or things like, I don't care what people will tell you. See, I didn't tell you about my education model. What I said, remember I said he charged $50,000? I said, look, when people use our program, I don't want $50,000 from you. I just want your commitment. You're going to go share the message. How about when you make $50,000, you share some of that with me for showing you how to make it? What if I put my money where my mouth is? That was my epiphany on that stage when I was speaking with that other person. Who likes the sound of that? If I could show you how to make $50,000, would you pay me $25,000 after you collected it, and then you could do it on your own if you want for the rest of your life? Does that seem pretty fair? Because college works the other way. You pay $25,000 a year, add it up to $100,000, then you're guaranteed a bill, and maybe you might actually make money in the space you paid all that money for. It seems backwards to me. Why don't we flip the model and say, how about after your success, you pay for the education? That's what we did. That was our education. But I just want you guys to use some simple tools to connect. Then we partner on a real estate property. You'll earn an average of 33% of the profits just for sending them into our funnels. And I'm going to bring this into the social impact side and all the great things that we're going to be able to do with this along those lines. Is this making sense? Like just for finding those out, we're going to turn it into more revenue and share those profits with you. And we're going to share it with the nonprofit that may have connected us into it. I learned this very quickly in life, and I started teaching this in the last probably about 4 or 5 years. It's no longer about building a business, guys. It's about building a network. This is the power of what Solveres has for you. If you don't realize what's put right here, I'm going to prove it to you. This, again, I'm going off script, but Mark, give me an extra 5 minutes over my 30. I know you will. You guys okay if I go 5 minutes extra? I want to prove this to you. I believe it was 2009. Instagram, you guys know Instagram, right? They got bought by Facebook. Does anybody know how much Facebook paid for Instagram? I got a prize. I got a free Lamborghini sitting outside waiting down.
How about nothing?
Nothing? No, the exact opposite of nothing. They paid $1 billion for Instagram. Facebook paid, go research it, $1 billion. You guys, who knows what the average annual revenue was of Instagram at the time that they got bought? Who knows that number?
Probably $500 million.
$500 million? That's not a bad guess. That's what I would have thought too. Stay on your seat. Make sure y'all are sitting down.
But they lost money.
They weren't. Yeah, they were at zero. They had zero in revenue. Zero. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Zero, like with a Z, and they bought for $1 billion with a B, just so everyone's clear. Why? Because it was the power of the network. It's all about knowing people. If you want to grow anything in life, it's about your connections. You guys have heard 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? We're all only 6 degrees from knowing Kevin Bacon, right? So what we've done, and the power of what you're involved in, is There are people everywhere. If you take a percentage of the people, at least 5 or 10% right now have a challenge with their real estate property. They either can't sell it, it's not selling as fast as they want, or maybe they're even distressed, at least, risk of going to foreclosure. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Maybe they even started a flip project. Can't tell me these I'm seeing these days all the time. I'm getting properties that are torn up, they're down to the studs, but they ran out of money. Okay? All we have to do is share with those people that there is a better way, another way that can help them out of it. Is this resonating? It's making sense, guys. That's our mission here. So how do you share? Just like them, it's about creating that network of sharing. And that's where the value is. So I realized, look, I don't have $1 billion to pay you guys because I don't, I wouldn't know if you would do anything. If I spread the billion among this group, would you guys do anything? No, but instead I'll pay you through profits just for sharing. I'll do it in the opposite order. If you can prove the value of your network and just helping us share, you're going to win. Does that make sense? So what we did is, you don't have to be an expert. All I want you to do is say, hey, I can help you turn your home into a higher income producing asset for passive generational wealth. Is that something you'd be interested in? Great. Let me connect you in with somebody on our team. That's all you have to do. How many guys could do that?
I can.
How many guys could do that? That's how easy, right? And now imagine this. I'm going to take it to the nonprofit in one more second. I think it's coming up. Oh, by the way, this typically will be about $200 to $300 a month per transaction every month, the cash flow for you. If you could do that, that's what we're doing. And then wait till I show you how to multiply this massively. I don't know if I had it on my slides or not. Let me see.
Wow.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, some of you guys might feel like this is maybe the coolest product I've ever hit Solveres. I'm not one to say that because I don't know what else is in there, but I'm pretty fired up by it for what it can do for you guys. But let's talk more. Let's talk about what it can do for nonprofits. Just a minute. Let's talk about the social impact side really quick, and then I'll wrap up here. I mentioned earlier our Beyond Living. This is our higher income producing model that produces greater returns, and we're doing this through this integrated housing and vocational training program. So, like I said, some people have a house, they don't need to sell it. Well, what if we could turn it into $6,000 a month through an integrated and help people get back on their feet? That's what we do. That's our integrated housing program. We take people off the streets into the workforce. It's to enable them. This is not for everybody. I just want that to be clear. This side of it. We have other models. We could do fix and flips. You guys get paid on those as well, right? There's lots of ways that you guys are going to be able to use this. We'll go into more details another time.
Yeah, the homeless and
Is this pretty cool? Like, that's all we do. So the last side of this, because I think I'm on my last piece, is, so what does this have to do with nonprofits and charitable giving? Some of you guys might say, because Cammie's got an amazing program. You guys probably already seen her speak. She's got amazing stuff. Well, we realize this. People that want to donate property are a sliver of the total population of people that own real estate. But every day, there are people that either have real estate that's not selling or is distressed. We can help them. There's investors that say, hey, I've got a property. I'm making $300 or $400. That's good. And then we say, what if I could show you, this is what words you'll use, you can use to somebody who rents a property today. Hey, I saw your property for $22,000 a month. What if I could show you how to make more money on that with less effort? Would that be something you'd like to learn more about? They say, yes, great. Let me connect you with my partner and we'll talk more about it. We just picked up a property, our third one in Columbus, Ohio, right by Ohio State, by the way. She owns 120 properties outright. She's doing her first property now in short-term rental. She's been doing straight rentals, this whole time. And she wanted to get into short-term rental. She doesn't know how to do it. We're going to partner with her. Now, it's just one. She says, if this works, I'll turn more over to you. What if that became 5? What if that became 10 for you? That's pretty amazing, right? That's what we're doing. Let me throw in the last side of this. So you think about, so those people that own those might also have the ability to donate property too. You got 120, you might have a place where, hey, I want to donate a property. I want to be able to, if I do sell one, I want to get those profits to go to a charity. Here's my last piece, and then I'll kind of close off. Just sharing with you. I just want to open your mind. I know I shared a lot. I'm at 30. I know I'm at 32 minutes. I apologize, but I shared a lot. But the reason is I want to let you know there's a lot of opportunity here. This is big. This is probably bigger than anything you may have thought of or seen before. And I'm not even getting into the true deep stuff. But Our mission is to go help nonprofits. And how we do that, we say, look, you've got a nonprofit. You know, in your community, at least 5 or 10% are struggling with their real estate, probably close to 20 to 30% own investment property. We'd love to share a message that says we can help them, either help them with their current property challenge or help them earn more off of their existing real estate that they're renting. If you would be okay, we would love to communicate the message with you. We'll even help you run your marketing. How many nonprofits would love help with their marketing? Because I got a team of Beyond Living residents that are looking for opportunities to deploy the new skills they just learned. It's pretty cool. And we're going to share this. And by the way, any person that realizes that they want to take advantage of being able to earn more while doing less and turn their home into a higher and producing asset, that nonprofit's going to get a piece of that every single month. That's called consistent cash flow for a nonprofit. If you've ever talked with nonprofits, what's something huge that they want? Cash flow that they can plan on. Yes, we all love donations, but donations can fluctuate. If you've ever been in real estate, it's like getting commissions. Good month, another bad month. Oh boy, now I'm really in trouble, right? Shouldn't have spent so much after that first commission came in, right? But that's not the world you want to live in nonprofits, hoping you have another good donation month, knowing that you have consistent streams of income. How many guys believe that nonprofits would really resonate? How many guys are in a nonprofit and say, man, I would love that. I get it. That's what we're able to bring to the table here for nonprofits. And as a result, you guys are going to be linked in with all those transactions in some way, shape, or form. We've got a whole payout. By the way, what we're doing has, not only do we have our own payout structure, but we actually have some additional things that we added exclusively for Solveres. So help support that, because we're not an MLM at NextGen, right? We're not. But I love the power of what Mark and Micah and the team have put together. This is about creating massive opportunities to make impact, build structures, and get the word out and spread. That's how you grow. That's how you build. So I think that's all I really wanted to at least start and open with and share with you guys. There's obviously a lot more to it, a lot more under it. And how many guys would love to spend more time with me to learn more about what we're doing? Just give me a quick high five, because maybe we can arrange to set that up. All right. But I know I had 30 minutes and I used about all of them, and then the extra 5 I asked for. So thank you, Mark and team.
I just want to say, wow, I've had to hear this several times, friends, for me to wrap my head around it. So we know that you'll need to hear it a few times.
What did you say? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
But what we want you to know is that you're going to keep hearing about it. You're going to be able to come to the Rock and learn more with us. Keith's program is at it's like 150, 190 bucks compared, instead of 500 on the open market, it's like 195 or something through Solveres.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't even interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Can I address that real quick? Because I did have a slide for it, but I was skipping it for essence of time. Do you want me just to show? Because what does that mean? I wasn't. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to skip ahead 1 second so you guys understand what all we did. This is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool, since I didn't know we were going to talk anything about what our program looks like. But I'll tell you this. When we did this, the other thing I did was lifetime access. Like when you make an investment to this, it's lifetime. Oh, here's what I did. That's why I want to put this. I looked at what other people were charging. If anyone been in real estate, if you actually want to get the guru, the coach, the expert to work with you personally, do you guys know how much that normally might cost? I'll tell you, if you've ever been to Fortune Builders, been to Renatus, been to this other, it's $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, right? I said, look, I don't care. I'll help people because I want the outcome. So our program, as she just said, we charge, well, on the website it's like $1,500, but you can get it through sources for $500. But we got exclusive pricing for Solveres, and she gave that away. I didn't realize we were doing that, Cami. But let them know what they're going to have to invest something. What it's going to be. I already built all the marketing funnels for you. I own a marketing company. That's what we do. It's what I've been teaching for a decade. I built everything for you, so you don't have to do any of that. We show you exactly who to go after. It's weekly live coaching, 3 times a week. 3 times a week with me. You know, I'm on almost every single call 3 times a week. Alan, you've been on every week since you've been part of this. You haven't seen me not there once. Unless I'm on a plane, it's me. And we deal structure. You guys don't do any of the contracts. You get all my contracts, myself or my team. I do have team members that will help facilitate with owners, but and walk them through. You just listen. How many guys are okay to just listen and learn? How do we take a home seller that says, yes, let me give you my keys? Because I didn't even tell you this. We take over properties. We get their keys. We don't have to commit the monthly payments. Who likes the sound of that? No more rental arbitrage, if you ever heard about that. I don't like rental arbitrage. I'll give you reasons why later. So you guys are going to love that. I even get investors to pay me to flip my house. So if any of you guys ever done fix and flips, how many of you guys love the idea of getting investors to pay you to flip your house? These are unique models. You get all of it. We bring in the capital for the deals. I already have the capital lined up. I just want you to execute one piece and help make connections to get started. If you want to learn more about it, you can. It's like over a $25,000 program. It's normally like $500, as she said. But you guys, we're going to do a limited time when it's ready. I don't even know what's in there yet, but it's going to be like $195. And that's going to be for a limited time. And it has the 70%, did I say it right, Mark? The 70% comp plan payout thing? Is it?
Yeah, I'll touch on that when you're finished.
Okay, cool. I don't know much about it yet. I'm like, Mark, I just go. I'm like, look, if this Richard Branson mindset, if you see something that's in your path, in the direction, the journey you want to go, you say yes now, you figure out later how to make it happen. Don't worry about it. Stop overanalyzing everything. You just go. And I learned that, and that's what I live by. And that's how I created to do things like this, because I don't sweat the little details. Have good people on your team, like Mark and Cammie and everyone else, excited to partner with them because they know how to build good teams. So anyway, I'll stop now. I'll stop sharing. I just wanted you guys, oh wait, there's bonuses. You're also going to get advanced marketing strategies. I'm going to show you all my marketing stuff. I give it away. Entrepreneurship, tax strategies. How many guys would like to reduce your taxes? I show you guys how to pay legally as little as possible to the government. Trust me, it's legal, and most people don't know most of the stuff we're describing. And your asset protection. Don't just build wealth, keep it, retain it, and transfer it. That's what you guys are going to learn as a bonus. It's all included because I want you to know that stuff. That's important to me. So you guys can get all that included anyway, but I'm going to shut up now on that and give it back to Cammie. Sorry, Cammie.
And through Solveres, not only are you getting discounts on Keith's program, but you get discounts on the Rock program, and you can start earning commission down through 12 levels. And on that note, I'm going to hand it over to Mark Samus. I just want to say I was in network marketing for 5 years. I have personally recruited 131 people and had a team of 10,000. And when I got out of it 10 years ago, I swore I would never do it again. But I met Mark, and I met Bo, and I met Micah and the other 10 officers here. And this is something that we can really sink our teeth into because it all comes together and it works so beautifully. And these people are so genuine. Mark, take it away. Share with us whatever you feel we need to hear now.
All right, thank you. Well, I was so pleased when Cammie told me about Keith. When I met him, I was a little skeptical on how you take it from 2,000 to 6,000 in income. I didn't ask any questions at first, but I listened to the entire presentation and I got it. And I got very excited about it. And I had a meeting with him and I said, we're going to make this happen. And I moved quickly. But he wanted to have a meeting first because he said, a couple things I want to do. I want to know who's involved. I want to know the strength of the company. So we talked about that. Well, and when Micah and I got together, he wanted to know about what Micah said could be the biggest challenge in a networking company. And Micah said, products. We don't have to think about products. We're all digital. And Keith loved that. So I put a meeting with all the officers. All the officers are owners of the company, and they're committed. They're on every call. And Keith loved that they're all faith-based. And so it was just a group of like-minded people that Keith wanted to be part of. So the company is debt-free. There's no chance of it imploding because of Micah's software for the growth. It's been tested with millions of transactions and hundreds of thousands of distributors. So we've got the company and the product. He wanted to make sure that this product is scalable, and all ours are. And we have exclusive rights on some. We have unique concepts on others. And now we bring Keith in. So Keith wants to, and the most important part of this is you. If you have a burning desire to do something and you're willing to put yourself out there, get out of the comfort zone a little bit, you have the vehicle here to do that. And so I said to Keith, here's what I'd like in the starter program, what I have to do short term, limited time. Instead of 500 on your website, I don't want to pitch that to my group. So Keith said, great, what do you think? So I said, well, of that $195, $35 goes to Solveres, $50 goes to the person that brings in the project, and $50 goes to Keith. So Keith is only taking $50. And the rest of that $195 goes 12 levels deep in the compensation plan. So Keith is not getting rich in this program. Believe me, he's losing money on this program. And if you'd like to be involved with Keith, step up and do something with Solveres, and join the Rock, be part of what Cammie is doing. My goodness, you guys, there's something here for everybody. And I encourage you to dig down, do some research, do your due diligence. You won't have to intellectualize this. Is this right for me? Your heart will tell you that your values align with ours. And with that, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'm going to end the recording, and God bless everybody, and thank you for joining.